Welcome to the Nebraska Prep Zone Show as we take a look at our earliest spring sports. I'm Stu Pospisil. Mike Patterson is about ready to play ball on the diamonds in this town, and unfortunately it looks like this first weekend we may have a little snow, a little rain, a little cold.
Yeah.
But wait, it's the start of spring sports.
I was going to say last spring was probably one of the worst I can remember. Just continuous cold, wind, rain, you name it, sleet. We got it all. Perfect day for baseball today. Unfortunately, the season does not start till tomorrow, and that's when the temperature plummets and it all goes downhill again. But yeah, we're almost ready to get this baseball season started.
Well, sounds good. We're going to talk today about baseball and soccer. I'll be the stand-in for Nick Rubik, our soccer guru for the past now 15 years. He relieved me of that duty so I could do track full-time. And Mike, you were able to get out of track a few years ago, but you do a great job with baseball. And what do you see in the crystal ball this year?
Well, it's looking like some of the usual suspects are going to be up there at least to start. Of course, we don't know anything until they start playing, but Millard West, the defending Class A champion, they're going to start number one, Stu. They're the logical choice. The Wildcats won that Class A title last year, a wild 11-10 victory over Millard South in that final. Remember?
A.J. Tauber.
Remember that? That's right. Millard West was ahead 9-0. Millard South came back, took a 10-9 lead with the help of Cam Koziel's very long grand slam homer to right center field. Millard West tied it in the bottom of the sixth. They won it on A.J. Tauber's solo walk-off homer in the seventh. So great game, both schools, both programs, just an awesome game. But yeah, Millard West, who finished 31-6 last season, they'll start at number one.
Okay. Who else is in your overall top 10?
Well, the team that a lot of coaches are looking at this season is the one that I have ranked second, and that's Elkhorn South. They have several players committed to Division I schools.
Several in Nebraska, aren't there?
Yes. And Coach Brandon Dahl does a really nice job with Storm. They haven't quite gotten it done yet, but boy, they sure have all the horses this year to give Millard West and a lot of the other top Class A teams a run. So Elkhorn South will be number 2. Millard South, last year's runner-up, will be number 3. Creighton Prep, number 4. Bellevue West, the Thunderbirds, number 5. Rounding out our overall top 10 will be Lincoln East, Papillion La Vista South, who was not ranked last season at the end of the year, but we're hearing good things about the Titans.
Okay.
So we'll see if Bill Lynam's squad can live up to the hype there. Elkhorn North, the defending Class B champion, checks in at number 8 in the overall top 10. Omaha Westside is number 9, and Dave Cork's Mustangs of Millard North round out that top 10. And, you know, baseball-wise, Stu, the one big thing we need to talk about is the addition of Class C this year.
Certainly.
So that...
well, and what's happening at the state tourney as well.
Right. Let's take them first with Class C. The need was there. There were a lot of teams that wanted to play. Class B, very difficult for some of those smaller schools that wanted to play to be able to compete on a Class B level. So we do have Class B and Class C this year, so that will be interesting. Elkhorn North will start out as number 1 in Class B, much like Millard West, defending champion, logical. And Class C, Malcolm is going to be our number 1 going into the season. Malcolm made it all the way to the district final last year. They were defeated by Elkhorn North. So the Clippers, they've really got some good athletic teams going on down there these days, and I expect them to have a really good baseball team again.
I think they made everything but baseball or basketball so far, Mike, as far as state tournament teams.
I think that's right. Girls basketball made it.
Yep.
But yeah, I think you're right. So anyway, expecting big things from Malcolm, and we'll see how that Class C hashes out. We've got Roncalli, we've got Concordia, we've got Plattsmouth and Platteview. People are expecting big things out of them. So But again, I don't think we're going to get any games in this weekend.
Right.
It'd be very surprising. So I think we might have to wait until early next week until we can finally see these teams play. But the other thing you mentioned, Stu, was the little difference in the state championship this season, where it's going to be 2 brackets, all leading to a winner-take-all one game. And I think in large part that was to allow television coverage.
Exactly.
So that we know that that's going to be the championship game, as opposed to in the past, that might have been the championship game, but if a certain team lost, then we were going to have another game. So it's tough to sell that to television under those parameters.
It's the old CWS format, and they're going to play all 3 games back to back to back at Tal Anderson Field.
Right. Right.
So it'll be like state basketball, just a day-long string of championship games, and should be exciting for the fans.
Yeah, I think it starts with Class C, then Class B, and then work up to Class A. So yeah, that'll be a busy day out at UNO's Tal Anderson Field, but I think the coaches are all excited, and I'm sure the players are, to be able to get that TV exposure, and they deserve it. It's a great end of the season, and I just think about both those games last year, which the 11-10 Class A game, which we talked about, and the Class B final was 2-0 Elkhorn North over Waverly, and that game ended when the first baseman for Elkhorn North went crashing into the dugout and made a great catch.
That's right.
It was just a really dramatic end to both of those, and who knows if we'll get that again, but that would have been 2 great ones to have on TV.
And recorded, yep. And softball will do the same thing this fall. They'll be in Hastings through their winner-take-all games, and then they're going to play that at Connie Clausen Field here in Omaha, again, for television purposes, and Hastings was very agreeable. Again, it showcases another NSAA sport.
For TV purposes, and those facilities out at UNO are really top-notch.
Yeah.
So I think softball players will have that to look forward to, and the baseball players before that. Here, I think it's May 19th is the final, so just a few months away.
It's just a couple months. So, well, with soccer, the teams that finished last year on top, we're going to start right there again, according to Nick. Gretna boys, Gretna girls. They pulled off the school sweep last year, and he's got him started number 1 again. His overall top 10 is Gretna, followed by Omaha Skutt, which is his Class B leader. Creighton Prep, Lincoln East, Westside is 5th. Lincoln Southwest is 6th, followed by Lexington, another Class B powerhouse. Omaha Bryan, Papillion La Vista, and kind of a newcomer to the power ranks is Bennington out of Class B, and he's got them number 10. So they, with Gretna, it's going to be an interesting stretch to start the year for them. 6 of their first 8 matches are against ranked opponents, so they're going to get a real good read on what they need to do for the second half of the season.
I think most coaches like that, kind of know where they stand right off the bat, know what they have to work on. So, wow, it's impressive that Gretna's number 1 in both boys and girls.
Yep.
So great programs out there for the Dragons.
And then in the girls, Gretna, undefeated last year, is followed by Omaha Marion, and then Skutt, his Class B preseason number 1. Then a couple teams out of Lincoln, Lincoln East and Lincoln Southwest. And I was talking at lunch, Kennedy Williams made it back for basketball. I'm not sure what her soccer status is, but the daughter of Nebraska women's basketball coach Amy Williams, would certainly give the Silverhawks a boost if she's playing soccer after her really severe knee injury and surgery and recovery.
Right. I was kind of surprised how well she was moving out there. She had that knee brace on, playing at the girls' basketball tournament. She did move around, I thought, really well, but soccer's another challenge, just nonstop running out there. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, and before we continue, another injury that in a different sport is Britt Prince from Elkhorn North. She's got a track season ahead, and right now she's in a boot after her foot injury that she played through in the state championship victory, but I think her track season's maybe a little up in the air right now, or at least getting started with it.
And I'm sure that's something they're not going to push.
No.
I mean, they would like her to take part in it, but basketball's her ticket, obviously.
Yes.
So I think they're just going to take that easy, take it slow, and make sure she's 100% for basketball down the road.
Exactly. So our next second five in the girls is Norris, another Class B power. Then Omaha West Side, Millard West, Lincoln Pius X, and Elkhorn South. So they're going to probably get a better chance of starting this weekend than baseball, just because you got more turf fields, and they seem to play in anything short of 20-degree weather.
Well, we had that last spring, so why should it stop them this time? But like you said, soccer maybe, baseball probably, definitely.
I think
off
it's next
this weekend.
week for baseball.
I think so too.
And next week we'll be back and we'll preview boys and girls track, boys golf, and girls tennis. And I think that wraps up all the spring sports then, doesn't it?
I do believe so.
I do believe so. So I'd say go find a game this weekend, but it might be hard to do. For Mike Patterson, I'm Stu Pospisil, and we'll see you the next time on the Nebraska Prep Zone podcast.